What is going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of the Game of the Cryptos. This time coming at you live. And of course, as the video title says, today we are going to be going over and just talking about what is going on with Kaspa. Let's be honest, there's not much else to talk about when it comes to crypto, considering, the price of Bitcoin has just been it's been pretty bearish lately the the BTC conference. The actually Bitcoin's been going down. As you guys know, we reached up to around like just under 70,000, and we've retraced since then. Obviously, guys, it's just a bunch of manipulation. It's just the whale games, same stuff, different day. No surprise there, but at least today, right now, for those of you that might be invested in Kaspa, you guys have a lot to be cheerful of and be happy of. I know I am. It's one of my biggest holdings right now in my portfolio. Right now, we're at 20 cents. So we broke that resistance right around 20, that wall. So the next milestone that we will hopefully be breaking here soon is going to be around that, a quarter, so the 25 cents mark. And then if we can get past that, now keep in mind there probably will be sell walls there. That's a psychological number, of course, just like 20 cents was. But once we break that, then the next road is to 30, then 40, and then hopefully 50 cents. And of course, when is that going to happen? Only time will tell. No one knows exactly when those types of breakouts will happen. But of course, right now we're seeing a lot of positive momentum for Kaspa. So definitely really good news for those of us that hold Kaspa. So yeah, just guys, the chart has been really, really bullish. It's got that stair stepper chart, probably one of the best charts that you will see in crypto. I honestly think that Kaspa, as you guys have heard me talk about in many videos, and as you've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about, I honestly think Kaspa is going to be that layer one of this bull run. Yes, you're going to hear a lot of news about Solana and Solana being really bullish. I'm still really bullish on that. But if you're someone that, you know, if you're looking for a higher rate of returns, you're going to have more than likely a higher return in Kaspa, just because, look at the market cap of Solana. Solana's around $82 billion market cap, and Kaspa is a $5 billion market cap. So just showing you, where the potential for the more money that can be made. Now, again, not calling Solana a bad investment. Solana was actually something that I was heavily invested in. My position size of that is much lower because I did allocate a lot of those profits into Kaspa. I actually was someone that did get into Solana at about $9 to $10, and I did ride it up to about the $180 mark, and I sold a decent amount of that, and I did put those profits into Kaspa. So again, it's not financial advice. I'm not saying that that's the best thing to do, but in this market, you do start to realize the cryptos that are the faster and better performers, and Kaspa, I definitely think, is one of those cryptos. If we go to crypto bubbles right now, you can see that for the week there's a lot of red, and of course that is because Bitcoin is been selling off ever since it reached around the 70K mark. As you can see over here, though, Kaspa up about 15% on the week. So it is outperforming the market, which again is extremely, very, very extremely bullish for Kaspa. If we go on CoinMarketCap, I love to do this just to look at certain cryptos and just, see the movement, see, what's going on. Kaspa is actually at the 21st position. So it has just surpassed Pepe and Polygon Matic. That is extremely bullish, guys. It is moving through the ranks, and Kaspa is moving through the ranks without a tier 1 listing. It's not on Coinbase for spot. It's not on Binance for spot. It's not on crypto.com. Some of those top tier exchanges. It's not on there yet. And the fact that it's getting this momentum before retail is able to get here and really make price action go crazy, this is honestly a testament to Kaspa and it just speculatively being a really good play. a lot of things when it comes to this crypto market is all about it's about the narrative. As you guys have heard me talk about many times in videos, narrative, narrative, narrative. And right now the narrative behind Kaspa, and it hasn't disproven this, is being the trilemma solver, speed, scalability, and security. A lot of the other cryptos in the past have never been able to succeed in this mission. But Caspa so far is doing really well in that. And because of this story, because of this speculation, this is why people are speculating on it even more, and this is why it's moving through the ranks. And there's a very good chance that there are, tier ones that are probably accumulating right now, and then eventually we will hear about hopefully a Coinbase listing, a Binance listing, and that's when you're going to really see the snowball go down the hill even more. Um, if you go and look at some, obviously there's some resources for Kaspa. You got kaspa.org. I love to go and look at, I go to kas.fyi and we look at, you can look at the wallet addresses. So if we go to the top addresses, let's see what's going on right now in the market. So obviously we got a lot of people, a heavy amount of people. You do have the people that have like 100 to a thousand Kaspa. I feel like those are the people that probably got in the Kaspa a lot later. Not saying you're late to the game, but they got in a lot later, and they're still maybe kind of, maybe they're wondering, okay, is this something I should put more money to? But then you have a lot of fish, 60,000. I know there's probably a lot of people that are watching these videos that are probably in that 10K to 100K of Kaspa. And then you have just under 20,000 between 100K and a million. So obviously the higher accumulation, the less people are gonna own it. And then you have just under 3K between a million and 10 million. So again, guys, it's still very, very early. If you're someone that's holding Kaspa, you are still very, very early to the game. Kaspa being at about a $5 billion market cap right now, you can still make some really good return. If it were to 10x, that's a $50 billion market cap, and that's a $2 Kaspa. A lot of people would say that a $2 Kaspa is very, very, some people would say that it is very bearish. Some people are predicting $5 Kaspa to a $7 to a $10 Kaspa. I'm not one of those people. I don't personally believe that it's going to get all the way up to those numbers, but I definitely say, like sandbagging it somewhere between 2 to 3 is a really good like staple range. And again, don't hate me, guys, for those of you that are saying, oh, that's FUD, this is it's got to go at least $10. Not this bull run, but could definitely happen in the next bull run. But I hope I can be proven wrong. I would love that, guys. I would absolutely love that. Who wouldn't want a $10 Kaspa? But something that I thought was interesting. So if you go back to, just seeing who's on. Okay, no chats right now. That's okay. It's the middle of the week. People are at work. I know a lot of you are just gonna watch this on replay later, so that's cool. If you go to the some of the charts right here, so Kaspa Pass Matic. Something that I like to do is, if you go back and look at previous price, action for Matic in the last bull run, Matic had reached a $20 billion market cap. So this is the things that I'm like, this is the type of research that I think people should do when they want to speculate and get an idea, okay, where can the crypto.am at least minimally go to, if not heavily surpass? So Kaspa, which is at a $5 billion market cap right now, passed a crypto that went to 20 billion in the last bull run. So if you're looking at, okay, minimum price predictions, if Kaspa went to a $20 billion market cap, okay, you're looking at an 82-cent Kaspa. Again, that is, I think a dollar is inevitable. And I think when you start seeing comparisons like this, it should solidify your, your optimism about, okay, at least Kaspa should at least get to $1, right? And I would say yes, that's more than likely going to happen. Um, and I would say do this to other cryptos. It's really good to compare these types of market caps. Now, of course, if this market is going to get more liquidity than the last bull run, let's say um at least double what it got, so it reached a 3 trillion, it goes to 6 trillion, then we can double this right here. Instead of 20, we'll go to 40. So Caspa could at least get to $40 billion market cap, which would be a minimum of $1.64. Again, I'm just speculating with numbers. Nothing is, facts, but it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I've been hearing targets where Caspa could go to at least $100 billion market cap, which would put it just over $4 Caspa, 20x from here. Guys, that is possible. That is very possible. Let's see here. I think I got a chat. Let's see here. Yo, Mike Raymer. What's up, bro? Yeah, one of my boys. Yeah, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Guys, if you have people that are, friends that are invested in crypto, which I know for a lot of us is a small amount, definitely, keep holding each other accountable, and my boy Mike definitely does. He keeps me accountable, and we talk a lot about the crypto market. So it's good to not just feel alone in this crypto journey when you're investing in stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum, because you know we're all new to this. We are in uncharted territory, and sometimes it feels a little lonely and scary, because you look at your other people in your family, and you're like, why is no one talking about this? Like, I remember when the Bitcoin halving happened, the average person was just, they had no clue what was going on. And I'm like, do people not understand the what's going on with the new world order of money and finance? So, talking with my boy Mike, it's cool to have that type of support group. So good to see you, bro. Good to see you. But yeah, getting back to Kaspa, again, lately you're gonna hear a lot of YouTubers talk about Kaspa, and it's not because people are trying to like show their bags or anything. It's just because this is one of the most bullish cryptos. It's just the facts, and I think this just goes to show you it is good to just be diversified. If you're diversified, then when the market is down like this, when Bitcoin's down, when Ethereum's down, it's not the end of the world, because you have other allocations in other cryptos. So obviously at the end of the day, something like Bitcoin is number one. It is number one, and it's going to be hard to replace Bitcoin. And again, when it comes to like Kaspa and Kaspa's narrative, I'm not saying that Kaspa is necessarily going to replace Bitcoin. It can, be there side by side next to it. They say Kaspa is like, the silver of crypto, and it very much well could be. It's going to could be utilized more for transactions when it comes to like buying and selling and peer-to-peer transactions, as opposed to Bitcoin being that peer-to-peer, or as opposed to Bitcoin being that store of value. Maybe Caspa is going to be more of like, the money you guys just spend between, people day to day. So it is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So obviously being invested in Caspa, I'm never someone that, I can never diss Bitcoin, because we wouldn't be here without it. None of these cryptos would be here without Caspa. But speaking of Bitcoin, something that I like to remind you guys, if you go to bitbo.io, you can go and look at these previous cycle charts. And this is just a reminder for people that think, oh, are we on track for the same type of cycle? Are we ahead? Are we behind? Well, if you look at the green and orange line, the green line is the last bull run in 2020 or 2021 peak. And then the other one was the previous bull run. We are on track to continuously to go up. We are still on track. Actually, we are almost at an inflection point where that price movement should start going up. And if you guys have seen previous videos that I have done about this chart is I'm talking about the days post halving. And if you see in the last two cycles, about 330, 320 days post BTC halving, we saw a really, high increase in the Bitcoin price at an initial peak. If this were to play out in this bull run, again, that would mean that we would potentially see a peak in the market not November, December of this year, but actually April or May of 2025. And then we could potentially see another peak about like 5 months later. And then that would put us around like that October, 5 to 6 months later. And that put us in that like October, November range. So if everything plays out like it did last cycle, we could see a double top. And of course, what does that mean for our altcoins? Well, obviously, if Bitcoin is going to go higher, that means your altcoins, whatever else you are invested in, if you're in Solana, Avalanche, Chainlink, those are going to go up, of course. So again, it's everything is just waiting to see what happens with Bitcoin. Obviously, until Bitcoin breaks out of its all-time high, we're not going to see much happening when it comes to altcoins. But again, for today's video, it is interesting that we are seeing a big increase in Kaspa's price right now. So yeah, guys, I'm just curious what you guys think about Kaspa. For those of you that are gonna watch this or watching it, do you have Kaspa in your portfolio? Do you think that Kaspa is going to be do you think Kaspa is going to be like the golden crypto of this bull run? Arguably, last bull run, if you're talking about like layer ones, it was Solana. It kind of came out of the blue, and it really took a lot of market share. There was Terra Luna. It took a lot of market share. Now, obviously, Terra Luna, it crashed. So when I relate Kaspa to Terra Luna, I'm not talking about the downfall. I'm talking about the upside. And then obviously, last bull run, we saw a lot of the like the Decentraland Mana, Axie Infinity, and those plays go absolutely crazy. But I do think that Kaspa is going to be one of those, golden cryptos of this bull run. So it is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But yeah, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to do this this live, not gonna be too much longer. I know a lot of people are at work right now, so wasn't expecting too many people to tune in. But for those of you that watch this later, I appreciate it. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know, are you bullish on Kaspa? How high do you see Kaspa going? Again, for me, I can see, I can see at least, let's say we go to $1.50, you're looking at a 6x. Now, for some, that might seem absolutely bearish, but keep in mind, if you're someone that has, let's say you have 25,000 Kaspa, that could go to 37K. Like for some, let's be honest, for some that could be life changing. I know for others, people are like, that's nothing, but we have to remember, like, you don't need a crazy amount of Kaspa to make a potentially life changing money. If you're someone that even has 100K Kaspa, that could get you $150,000 if Kaspa goes to 150. So if you're someone whose goal is just let's say right now you're trying to turn 10 grand into 10 grand into 100K, someone could throw in a decent amount of that money into Kaspa, and just be invested in Kaspa alone could get you a lot closer to that type of goal. Obviously now it's a lot more expensive, way more expensive to get Kaspa at these highs than when you could have gotten it, back in 2022 and 2023. But yeah, just keep that in mind when it comes to, price predictions, that, obviously market cap doesn't matter. And then just, if it goes to $2, it's a 70 or a 48.7 billion dollar market cap. Again, very doable for a first bull run. And that means if you have 100K Kaspa right now, you could turn that into 200K. So again, like, just because even if Kaspa just goes to these low price points, or what some people would consider low, depending on when you got in and how much you have invested in, you can make a lot of money, life-changing money. So, um, definitely, definitely don't shit on the lower pricing of Kaspa. Obviously, it'd be cool if Kaspa goes to $5. It'd be a 23x right now, but you're looking at $121 billion market cap. That would be surpassing, I believe, where Solana had went in its first bull run. And again, not saying it's not possible, but we just have to keep in mind, yes, there is a potential for more liquidity to come in this market, this bull run, but also there are a lot more cryptos than last bull run. So it's diluted. So as you can see, Kaspa went to, in its first bull run, peaked out right around 80 billion. So I feel like that's a good marker to put where potential the top of Kaspa could go. If it went to an $80 billion market cap, let's see, what would that look like? About a $3.30 Kaspa. So it'd be a 15x. I don't know about you, but if Kaspa got a 15x and went to $3.30, that would be extremely life changing. And again, if you're someone that has 100K Kaspa and it goes to that amount, you're making $331,000. So again, guys, just want to do a little Kaspa video. Obviously, Kaspa is really bullish right now, and the rest of the market will be once we start to see Bitcoin surpass its all-time high. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning into the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.